कूजन्तं राम रामेति मधुरं मधुराक्षरम् आरुह्य कविताशाखां वन्दे वाल्मीकि कोकिलम्। रामाय रामभद्राय रामचन्द्राय वेधसे रघुनाथाय नाथाय सीताया पतये नमः। जयत्याश्रितसन्त्रास ध्वान्तविध्वंसनोदयः प्रभावान् सीतया देव्या परमव्योमभास्करः परमव्योमभास्करः।
श्रीमते निगमान्त महादेशिकाय नमः। Sita, seated in Ashoka Vanam, who was lost in her thoughts, thinking, praying when she will get a message from Rama, was rather upset and worried when Ravana in the middle of the night wanted to meet her. He came with a plate of all jewelry, clothes and placed it in front of her. Vichitrani cha malyani chandananya garuni cha vividhani cha vasamsi divyanya bharanani cha yani vaishravane subhru ratnani cha dhanani cha. So all this was kept before Sita. Sita, who was extremely worried, upset, felt very disgusting to speak to Ravana, kept a blade of grass. Trinamaltarata kritva pratyuvacha shuchismita nivartaya mano mattaha swajane priyata manaha. Trinam antarata kritva, by keeping a blade of grass between the two. Why did she keep the blade of grass? To which the commentators and our Purvacharyas have given a list of reasons. We have seen at least 15 reasons till now. Let us continue this journey of seeing why Jagannatha Sita. You may wonder, why so much of explanation for one verse, one word, Trinam, Trinam, Trinam? Why so much of explanation? If it had been you or me who had kept the blade of grass, nobody would even bother to see it. Nobody would even bother to compose on it or explain. But it is Jagannatha who has kept the blade of grass. So there will be a melange of reasons, a variety of reasons why she is placed. So commentators have taken the liberty to look into the Shastras, research it properly, and then come with a slew of reasons. The next reason, Sita tells, I cannot live without Rama. Ravana, understand. You may display all your wealth in front of me, but I cannot live without Rama. Like how the fish cannot survive without water. Like how the rays of the sun cannot be separated from the sun, so were we. Like how the fish cannot live without water, so can I not live without Rama. So you may ask, Sita, your life is so precious to you. In front of Rama, if I'm not in his presence, my life is like a blade of grass, Ravana. I don't treat it so precious when Rama is not around me. Trinam shurasya jeevitam. Ravana, you may be wondering, what if Rama comes? You initially said Rama, I don't know whether he's living or dead. Now you may change your mind. You're a fickle-minded person. You may suddenly say it, that Rama may come into Lanka and he will fight me. I'll tell you one thing, Ravana. With the prowess and valor that Rama has displayed throughout his life, from the incidents of Tataka Vadam, Subahu Vadam, Maricha Vadam, Viradha Vadam, Kabandha Vadam, I can tell you with sheer confidence, If he gets into Lanka, he will ensure that he brings destruction to the city and to you. But he may spare your life. At times he is very magnanimous. Even to people who have committed the heinous of crimes, he is very magnanimous. So let's say Rama comes, wins over you and spares your life. You will not be allowed to live in the palace where you're living now. So where will you live? You need to make a hut for yourself. So I'm going to begin by giving this blade of grass. Use this blade of grass as the first material. Start collecting more materials and construct a hut for yourself. Trinamantarata kritva. Then Sita, why did she keep the blade of grass? Another Acharya remarks, Trinolpanyayam. Trina Ulpanyayam. Now, we must have gone to various cities. We look for direction boards, signboards. So one, it will say this particular city, Mumbai is 400 kilometers, Kolkata is 300 kilometers, Bengaluru is 250 kilometers. This is one way. Now we have those huge boards in highways. There is another way of having direction boards. So it will say this direction, take left, which means go by this direction. So Sita is trying to tell, you are keeping all your focus on me. I've kept this blade of grass. Now look at the direction in which the grass points. So the grass points in the direction of your wives who are in the inner apartments in the Shuddhatma, in the Antavpuram of your kingdom. So don't focus on me. I've kept this blade of grass. Treat this as a direction board. Focus on your wives and not on somebody else's wives. Trinamaltarata kritva. Ravana, you may be worried. Oh, I have abducted Rama's wife. He's a very strong person. What will he do? Whether he will kill me? Don't worry. The entire sea, when it washes on the shore, it will leave a few weeds and grasses here and there. It will not consume it. Similarly is Rama's majesticity and valor. You are a blade of grass in front of him. He is known to forgive 100 mistakes, so he will forgive your mistake too. Nasmartapya karanam shatamapyatmavattaya. Ravana, this is the time. Now is the time. Surrender. Seek unconditional surrender. Upanishads too speak of Sharanagati. Do that Sharanagati right away to Rama. You may be asking, Sita, to do Sharanagati, what do I have to offer to him? Patram, Pushpam, Phalam, Toyam, Yome Bhaktya Prayachati. You give him a single flower. You give him little water. One fruit, that is enough. And if you're wondering, Sita, I have nothing to offer him right away, take this blade of grass. Offer this to Rama and do Sharanagati, he'll protect you. Trinamantarata kritva. Ravana, I don't know if you've read of Puranas, of incidents that have occurred in our immediate past and in the times of the Vedas. You must have heard of this tyrant king called Hiranyakashipu who kept telling his son Prahlada, now recite my name. But that boy was unmoved. He said, my dear father, I will take the name of only Narayana. As he mentioned that, this father asked the son, where is that Narayana? That is when the boy remarked, the Lord is there in this pillar and in the blade of grass. Sarvatra asti sadasti. To prove his point, Stambhe Kattayato Hiranyakashipo Karnau Samachurna Channa Gurna Jagadanda Kunda Puvaro Gorastava Pudravaha Shutva Yamkila Daitya Raja Hrudaye Purvakadapya Shrutam Kampaktaschana Sampapada Daitosma Amboda Bhovishtarat. When the pillar split like a dicotyledon emerged Nisimha to prove Satyam Vidhatum Nijabhritya Bhashitam. To prove the point to the world that he will keep up the words of his devotee. That time he emerged out of the pillar. But remember, Prahlada said, my Lord rests in this pillar and the blade of grass. Till date he hasn't come out of the grass. That day he came as Nrisimha from the pillar. Today he will be coming from this blade of grass. Trinamantarata kritva. Ravana, you must have seen in the villages that you administer, it is a general trend to pledge on a material and say, I pledge on this. Haven't we seen even in the courts of India, you have to pledge on the Bhagavad Gita and state that what I speak is the truth. So you need a material of high quality to pledge upon. So this grass is blessed by me and I'm pledging on this. You will die at the hands of Rama. So be careful. So that is why I kept the blade of grass. Trinamantarata kritva. On the other hand, if you say, Sita, what I have done is a mistake. What will Rama do to me? Don't worry. Take this blade of grass, show it to Rama and say that Sita has sent this blade of grass telling you not to kill Ravana. He will obey my words. He will not kill you. Trinamantarata kritva. Why kritva? Asks the commentator. Kritva. Kriti chedyane. To pluck. So Sita says, see, I just plucked this blade of grass. I didn't have to use so much of power. Just like that I plucked. If you do not listen to my words, all your 10 heads that you keep praising yourself about, they will be plucked. In fact, the polymath of the 13th century called Vedanta Deshika states, Talai pattu oru kottu ena udittatiralon. While describing in the Tamil language, he says how Rama plucked the heads of Rama. So if you go to a garden, children, they won't be very careful, very sensitive to the plants. They'll just pluck together. So like how easily you pluck the plants, Rama plucked. Pattu, talai pattum, oru kottu ena udittatiralon. So he will pluck, like how I pluck the blade of grass, your heads will also be plucked. Trinavantarata kritva. You may be asking, Sita, see, whenever you want, you will change your dialogue. Today you will say, I am a Brahmana. I am a Vedic scholar. How can a Kshatriya called Rama do to me? Remember, yes, a Vedic scholar needs to be respected. A Vedic scholar is the one who dispenses knowledge. All that is applicable to a Vedic scholar who treats people equally. You do not give ample respect to a woman, to the wife of another person. You come to another nation and you abduct her and you expect respect in return. Listen to this, Ravana. That day when Shukracharya stopped Bali from giving alms to Vamana, Vamana took away his eyes. He says, Bringaradhara rodhascha shukrasya kshisa dakshinam pavitrasya shirogrena kshobhayamasa Vamanaha. That Vamana, Upendra, the son of Aditi and Kashyapa, to punish Shukracharya, used a blade of grass to take his eye. I have kept this blade of grass. The tool is right in front of me. Do not force me to use this tool. Trinamaltarada kritva. Ravana, you are talking about me leaving the kingdom, I going with my husband. There is one incident I don't know whether you are aware of. While the trio with the three of us were living in Chitrakutam, that time Indra's son in the form of a crow came to physically assault me, and he did assault. Rama was asleep then. While I was with withering pain, he woke up from his sleep, took a blade of grass, put Brahmastra mantram through Aishikam, which is a tool in Dhanurvidya. He aimed the Brahmastram at the crow. Darbhastarana. He converted a darbha, blade of grass, into a Brahmastra. So, if I keep a blade of grass, it reminds, if Indra's son deserves the treatment, you too deserve. Trinamaltarata kritva. Well, she then tells a few other reasons and then smiles. After saying all this, she smiles. Why does she smile? The commentator have to give reasons for that too. Why she smiled. So let's wait for our dear mother to smile. Let her smile in the next episode, and let's decipher why she smiled in the next episode. Dear Astika reader, I'm happy to be authoring a 2-part book on the Ramayana in English. The first part is slated for release in the year 2024. The book aims to recreate and retell the Ramayana of Valmiki, conforming to the ancient commentaries and other allied literature. To receive notifications of the book release, kindly register with www.deshikadaya.org/books. Namaskaram.